thing.
But sorry,
yeah.
they obviously, the person with the knife obviously stabbed them.
Yeah, it was, but it was,
My
it was
God.
like, I think it was, so it was a male, obviously, and then it was
Hang
a
on,
male
whoa,
that came
whoa,
out. So
whoa.
I don't know if it was
Hang
like,
on.
hang on, what?
They've got a knife and they're suddenly obviously a male.
Yeah, that was a bit sexist, wasn't it?
Wow.
No,
Could be a woman psycho killer.
it could have been. You know what?
Psycho
It could have
killer.
been. But I think it might have been like brotherly
love.
rivalry. Yeah, maybe like that.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Harry & Co podcast show. Please like and subscribe for more.
Hat on, hat on.
Ooh, oh, you look handsome both ways. Go the hat though. I think the hat's nice.
Do the hat like a
yeah,
bit of
like
a thing,
the
like a thing.
Yeah, it's like a thing. Like maybe like
That's why I got
you
the
have, like,
glasses.
different hats every.
We did have a different hat last time. Okay, I haven't even got my headphones on, so let's get going.
I can't actually even. I'm just can hear myself. There's nothing coming out of me. So I don't really. I think this just looks cool.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah, I can hear myself fine.
Is that a
I'll
good
just keep
thing?
an eye on my level. It's not a good thing that I can hear myself.
I know.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It does feel a little bit like, let me take this. So if I'm really turning and talking to you, I'm very off the camera, aren't I?
Yeah, but no, it's fine
Is
because
it
I think we're
okay?
supposed to talk to each other and then. But what was I going to say? Oh, what about when you record yourself and you sound completely different?
I'll be honest, I completely struggled with listening. Like when you sent that video, I was like, oh my goodness, do people have to listen to me talk
Yeah.
all the time? Like, it's just, it's just so funny how you think you sound a particular way
Yeah.
in your head, and then you hear yourself. Even like when we first started like chatting, and I'd send you voice notes, and like I'd listen to it, and I'd be like, oh no, he doesn't want me on his podcast.
That's the thing, right? So now we're voice noting everyone, aren't we? So like we're on the mobile, we're voice noting all the time. So you hear your own voice a lot. But do you not remember when you were younger and we didn't like voice notes weren't a thing? And I don't know, you'd record yourself on something and then you'd listen back and it was like it was like a different person.
I think you're getting used to hearing yourself now because obviously all the social media and all the technology and things like that. But yeah, back in the day, like when I was a teenager and things like that, you didn't hear
your own voice.
Really hear your own voice, did you?
I was watching a video the other day and someone was saying that the voice inside your head is like the real voice. It was a bit of a weird video, to be fair, but like the voice inside your head, your thinking voice, is like your real voice.
I cannot take that seriously other than to hear that song in my head. You know, that song.
Which
you know
one?
what song I'm talking about? The voice inside. Yeah, okay, never mind. We're gonna move on.
Let's turn it into a sing-along. No, but I was watching a video. It was saying like your thinking voice is the real voice.
I really hope that's true because I sound brilliant inside my head. But then when I hear myself on the actual voice note, it's completely different.
What does it sound like if you're thinking about the voice in your head? I think my voice in my head sounds like me.
Do you? When you listen to your voice note back, is that what you sound like inside your head?
Don't know, isn't it a weird thing? A weird concept. Strange.
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm going to just start recording myself tonight. I'm going to go home, sit in bed, do loads of like just voice notes to myself.
You start talking and kind of like you're just like
putting you to sleep.
Thanks, not like thanks for joining me, Nicole, but like how do we end up here kind of thing.
How about just try not to put you to sleep with my dulcet tones?
You don't put me to sleep.
What's dulcet tone?
I don't even know what that is.
Do you not have you never heard anyone go like, look, with his dulcet tones, like someone who's maybe really like monologue, like really like.
I did a first aid course on Tuesday, and you know what?
I love first aid courses.
It was actually really interesting, but I was so glad our teacher had actually some enthusiasm. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because to sit through a first aid course, I know it was only a day, but like 9 to 5 and listening about that kind of stuff, I'm actually really glad that he actually had some enthusiasm.
Somebody with a bit of
when people talk, they can just be so monotoned that you just switch out all the time.
No. I remember doing a first aid course I've done loads with like different jobs and stuff. There's always like, we're just booking you in on a first aid course. Oh God, not again. Like, and even if they're every 5 years, it feels like you just did one yesterday. And I remember horrific images like on the PowerPoint or whatever they're putting on the screen. Absolutely horrific images of like, and I remember, my friend Paul, close friend of mine, we used to then joke about this at work. It was like degloving. Have you seen that? Like so imagine like you're in a factory with loads of machines and you've got like a ring on or something and the ring gets caught it'll like pull your skin off your finger like a glove, and it's called degloving. That it's like an injury. It was like, ugh. Like
that is disgusting.
They showed pictures of it. I'm like, no one wants to see that.
I have such a weak stomach. Like if I see blood and things like that. Do you know what? Like I think when I'm in like an intense situation, I go into like adrenaline. So it's like, yep, this needs to be done.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny how it's a completely different? So if it's not like a really, really serious situation, I'll just be like, bleh, and like leave.
It's weird. Yeah.
But if it's like really serious, for some reason my body can handle it.
That's adrenaline.
But yeah, of course.
Adrenaline kicking in.
And that,
yeah, like you doing a first aid course, and you're like, ugh, when you see the images, you're on the motorway, and like someone's head's come off. And
I've got my knife out. I'm ready
you're
to,
like, it's all right, I'll try and fix
I'm
it.
Absolutely going for it.
Yeah.
I guess it's adrenaline, isn't it?
How would you cope in like a real life crazy situation like that, like a massive car crash where like legs are hanging off and stuff?
Well, little story.
Oh, God.
So my just popped into my head. So in Australia, one of my best friends, she works.
Oh God, I'm going to stop laughing now because this is going to be bad, isn't it?
No. Well, it is what it is.
I don't want to be like ha ha ha.
No. It's a serious moment now.
Yeah.
So we were just driving along. She worked in the ED emergency department.
Yeah.
As a nurse, back in Townsville, and we were just off.
There's a place called Townsville.
Do not diss where I'm from.
Townsville.
What, Townsville?
It
is the best place.
Like something Ville is the classic like cartoon name for something like Toonville, yeah. And the other is Townville.
Townsville. Don't. There's some strange names in Australia. I used to live in somewhere called Wollongong. Wooloowin. It wasn't Wollongong. It was Wooloowin, and it was in Brisbane.
Wollongong's
like
better.
A little play. Wooloowin. So,
anyway, sorry, carry on with Townsville.
I was driving with my mate. We were just going to get a coffee, have kind of like a lunch date.
Nice.
Anyway, we just see this guy. Well, to be honest, I was driving, so I didn't see no guy. I would have just kept driving.
Oh, God.
And all I hear was her grab me and be like, Nicole, pull over the car. And I was like, what? Is everything okay? Like, what's going on? She's like, pull over the car, Nicole, quick, pull over the car. And I was like, yeah, righto, let me just pull over the car.
Gosh, go on.
Next minute, she gets out of the vehicle. She runs towards this house. This guy's staggering out of the house with blood all over his body. And I'm like, no, this is not for me.
Don't get out of the car.
Pop, right? So I'm like, what are you doing? Like, so anyway, obviously it's just her instinct. Like, this is what she works in. She's trying to save her life.
Yeah.
So whereas I'm just like, bye-bye. Like, first of all, I don't know how to deal with this situation. Also, is someone else coming out of that house with some gun
with a gun or a knife?
Anyway, so she goes over to the patient, I guess, falls on the ground. He falls on the ground, and she's like, Nicole, quick, come over here. And I'm kind of like frozen. And she's like, Nicole, here now. And I was like, yeah, righto.
Like, pretty scared.
It was intense. And so I was like, okay. And I trusted her and like love her. So I was like, yeah, okay. She's like, Nicole, I need you to put your hand over the wound.
Whoa.
Like, first of all, I just signed to my first aid course on Tuesday. Where's my gloves? Do you know what I mean? You can have any kind of disease, but you don't think about in that situation. My friend who works in the ED department deals with this all the time. She's like, put your hand, right? So I'm like, right, holding on to this wound.
Oh my God, this is like the real deal.
Hanging
this is
out.
serious.
And then she's like, this neighbor comes over and she's like, call the ambulance. Then next minute, someone comes out with a knife. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to leave. Like, this is absolutely intense. Luckily, the other neighbor got the knife off the person, kind of detained the person. But yeah, it's just your adrenaline just kicks in. And I guess when someone's like given orders and they've got the confidence, I'm like, and so I just had blood all over me.
Wow.
Obviously, that person went off to the hospital. She went to the hospital with the person in the ambulance. And then I'm just stuck. I was going off to coffee.
You're just stuck with the psycho killer.
I was, well, no, the police arrived.
Oh my
obviously.
God, but that's not like helping someone with a car crash. That's serious. That's horrible.
Intense. And then obviously I had to
They came out with a knife.
They literally came out with a knife, and then I had to be interviewed, and I was like, I have not remembered that story until you just brought up that whole thing.
But sorry, they obviously, the person with the knife obviously stabbed them.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was. So it was a male, obviously, and then it was
a male
that came out. So I don't know if it was
Hang on.
Hang on what?
They've got a knife and they're suddenly obviously a male.
Yeah, that was a bit sexist, wasn't it?
Wow.
No.
Could be a woman psycho killer.
It could have been. You know what? It could have been. But I think it might have been like brotherly love. Yeah, maybe like that.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's proper. Like you've got these stories.
Have you never?
I've just got a little story. It was about a psycho killer. Like,
have you never been in a situation anything like that?
Not that extreme.
No.
But you're just rolling it off the tongue. Like,
It was.
Yeah, so I was just talking about the
you know
first
what?
aid
I haven't
course.
thought about that in years, and then we were just talking about first aid,
Wow.
and then you just turned around, and I was like, oh, you know what? I've got a story. But
Gosh.
you know what? I was so like impressed by my friend. Do you know what I mean? Seeing her in action. Like you see obviously everything. She not sees everything. She tells you things like, oh, you know, how was work? Oh, we had this person come in. Obviously it's all private, isn't it? So you can't give details and things like that. But you can explain the situation. But we used to just sit on a night and just listen to her just tell all these stories about, you know, this person came in or there was a car accident. And it was like just seeing her in action. I was like, well impressed.
Yeah. Story's a story, but when you see someone
actually do
the real deal.
Yeah. So I don't know if I helped save that person's life that day, but in my heart, I would like to believe that I did.
Yeah, I think so. If you're applying the pressure to the wound and all that jazz.
Yeah. I can't remember much more of the situation, you know. Isn't that weird about memory though? Like that happened probably when I was maybe 18, 19. And there's just snippets that I remember. Do you know what I mean? Like remember that person coming out. And isn't that amazing in our life? Like there's just particular things that you remember, but you never remember like the full scenario. I don't know. Some people do. Yeah,
but is that trauma response for something like that?
Just shut down.
Does your brain want to remember all the details of stab victim one?
Like, it must be my whole life because I don't remember much at all.
Yeah, I don't know. Memory like a fish.
Just trauma my whole life.
I was watching like a comedy clip from like a comedy show. This was only like yesterday, and it was the point was, you know, these like paedophile hunting group organizations or whatever, like UK, America, wherever.
Yes, where they like pretend to go online.
Yeah,
is that the ones where they pretend to go online and pretend to be the kids?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which I think is weird enough as it is because it's like anyway, but they're doing what they think is their job, right? And the guy was saying like, you know, like they're pretending to be children to like prey on children. So they're like the paedophile catchers are pretending to be children
so they can catch them out.
To catch paedophiles. Is that right? So yeah. So they're trying to be children to get children to anyway, I had an idea because you've got, you know, like fox hunting.
Yeah.
They're going around on horses with dogs to catch foxes. If they pretend to be a fox, they could catch the fox without all the hard work.
Wow, is this where your thought process went last night?
Sometimes.
Wow.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Well, I thought that's where this thing, because I think I watched someone else talking. I think I know where the conversation's going to go, and I was like, valid point. And then it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But yeah, what about pretending to be foxes to catch foxes?
Yeah. So what do they dress up in, like a suit?
A fox outfit. But obviously, if it's a human, you'd be quite a big fox, wouldn't you?
You would be. And also, would you have the scent? So you'd have to like rub a fox against you.
I think
to make sure like you have like
there's plenty of cheap aftershaves that smell like fox piss.
Yep.
So.
Oh, is that, well, I don't really wear aftershave. Is there some that smells like foxes? Is that...
Yeah, proper fox piss. I don't know. Has no one ever said that? Oh, God, that's shit. It smells like fox piss. Is that just me? That would be like a good way of like describing a cheap aftershave. Like, it doesn't smell like piss. It smells like fox piss.
You know what? I do love men's aftershave.
Yeah.
It always does smell nice.
Musky.
You know what? For some reason, I just feel safe when I smell a man's aftershave.
Really?
Just depends, though.
Musky. Because it's a bit like
maybe
manly.
It reminds me of like my dad. Like, do you know, like that safe kind of dad when dad's around, kind of like, yeah.
You probably can't mention like names. What's the one in the green? Do you remember the one in the green bottle? It was quite a cheap one, and it was like,
jute or something. Jute.
No,
jupe.
Oh, but you can't say the name. I have to beep that.
No, you got to beep it.
It was Brute or Brut. The green one, like in the weird bottle. My dad used to use it all the time, but it was a bit of a splash and go kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking. I think that was the one my dad used to use.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't an expense. It was more of an aftershave. Like you just splash it on.
Yeah, like if you go down to the shops, like throw it on. It's not like super expensive. Just like, you know, when you put some deodorant on. Or
someone's been swimming and just like just lather themselves in this. I don't know. Anyway, where were we? Foxes. No, so yeah, but you'd be a massive fox, wouldn't you, in like a fox outfit? It'd have to be realistic though, wouldn't it? Like with real fox fur. It's not.
I can't take you seriously. Massive. All I can imagine is you literally running around with the fox.
No, I'd be really like stealthy. crawling
you should just
around.
be in like a ninja outfit.
Yeah, and I'd be in the fox outfit. It'd be much bigger than the other foxes, which might be quite attractive to the other foxes because they might think you're some kind of like daddy fox. But you just like creep around, and they'll come up to you and go, just grab them. just grab them. Just
I love how that we literally went from pedophiles through to, you know what, I've got a good idea how to catch the foxes.
Well, good ideas breed good ideas, don't they? And sometimes you think about, you put some effort in on the detail and you
just see how it
grab
goes.
them by the neck, like the dogs grab their puppies. This is a weird one. So like, I'll go round. I don't do this all the time. Like I love dogs, yeah, but I'll quite happily grab a dog by its neck and pick it up. That's the thing, though, isn't it? Right, dog, not an Alsatian.
That's like the mother. The mothers pick it up by the neck
when they're puppies.
Yeah, of course.
So you probably can't pick a 20-kilogram Alsatian up by its scruff of its neck.
So I just need you to explain yourself a little bit.
No. So like small dogs, surely it's okay to pick them up by the scruff of the neck and pick them up. If their mums can do it, why can't I do it? I love animals. I don't want to hurt them.
Not just want to like cuddle it instead.
Yeah, but I like to do the realistic. I like to. Oh, this is what the mummy dogs do. So let's have a go.
Okay.
I don't know. Just pick them up by the neck. It's
just like, oh, that's just what we do.
And then they're like that. They're like,
I always feel bad because what if I like pick it up the wrong way? Or I think maybe when I was like a kid, like I was quite rough with my animals. Obviously, when you're kids.
What animals did you have?
I had a cat growing up.
You can say I was really rough with my animals, and it's like a budgie. I'm like, you can't be rough with a budgie. Watch it slapping it around.
Yeah, I just let it go. Just open
animal
the door.
cruelty is not okay.
No,
obviously.
Absolutely.
We'd never hurt an animal.
No, I had a little Jack Russell cross something else.
Yeah. Was this in Townsville?
Yeah, in Townsville. Growing up, and it was called Buddy.
Oh God.
Oh, he was the best. And then we had a little cat, and it was a ginger cat called Ginger, of course.
It's, just if you're in Townsville, keep it simple. Buddy the dog, Ginger the cat.
Absolutely.
You know
what I love about Australia is that we shorten everything.
Yeah.
So like, it's not a service station; it's a servo. Do you know, like everything has to be shortened?
Yeah.
Like, and it also most of the time needs to end in O.
Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. There's no need.
It just needs to be relaxed at all times.
It does,
like people just use big words. That's not in my vocabulary. Like big words just aren't in it. No. So I just think keep everything short. And when people say big words to me, that's when I turn off. I'm like, sorry.
That's what sends you to sleep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no one likes big words.
I do struggle, like, with English.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that when people talk big words at me, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Say that again, or repeat that. Let's go again.
When you came over from Australia, did you have to do like an enhanced English course to get yourself up to speed?
No, you know what? But I need to do. When I moved over here, I did not realize the language barrier that was in place. First of all, when I had my first job over here, I worked in an event industry, and I worked for an event agency. And my boss used to always be like, Nicole, like, I need you on the phones more.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting down with him. I'm like, but I don't understand what people are saying. So,
and they're assuming that, like, well, you speak English, but
how do you go in England? How do you go 10 minutes down the road and they have a different accent? This is what I don't understand. Crazy, so when I moved over here, it absolutely flipped my mind because I'd answer the phone and someone would be calling from Manchester. Yeah. I couldn't understand them, whether they were calling from Manchester or Wales or Scotland. Like, absolutely didn't understand anyone. Yeah. But I just thought, jump on a plane, go across the other side of the world, first world country, kind of same culture. It's absolutely different.
Wow.
Like, and it's crazy. Me and my wife still have a language barrier in the house. So, like, obviously I call certain things, for example, a duvet in Australia is a doona. Like, I know that you kind of I've always just called it a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
But obviously over here it's called a Hoover. So someone was like, get the Hoover. I was like, get the what?
The brand
like, everything's just so different. Obviously, I've been here for 7 years and I'm still trying to tell myself to call flip-flops. They're thongs. They're pluggers.
I've heard this before.
Do you know what I mean? They're pluggers. They're flip-flop.
Thongs are pants for girls, no?
Well, they are. But the thing in Australia is we call, obviously it depends the context you're talking in it. Yeah. If I'm like, oh, can you get my thongs? Kind of, you're off to the beach, like, get my thongs. Obviously, if you're talking maybe in a sexual connotation or maybe like something a little bit raunchy. It's kind of like, get my thong. But I've never really used that in a sentence.
You're getting all sexy and you're like, get my thong. Someone brings you one flip-flop.
That literally was my wife. She'd be like, here you go, you said the thong. And I'm like,
Now get back in the kitchen.
But yeah, literally still to this point, like me and my wife all the time. I'm like pants, for example, you call them underwear.
Yeah.
Pants are like shorts to me. So I'm like, can you grab my pants? And she'll throw me some undies down the stairs. I'm like, what are you doing? That's not...
What, still now after 7 years?
Still 7 years.
Amazing.
But it's amazing how I've got to like train my brain still after 7 years.
Yeah.
I'll go, oh, can you get my Can you get my shorts? No, pajama bottoms. Like everything I've got to like think about.
Wow.
Still 7 years down the line.
What about nail biters? Are you a nail biter?
I'm a nail biter.
Oh.
What? Why are you so disappointed?
I'm not disappointed in you.
About that?
I think my that'd be not a pet hate. That's hate. I don't like the word hate. Right? All about the love.
Okay.
But I think if it is a partner, like if I have a partner, so it's like some things don't affect you if they're not if they're not in your world so much, right? So if you bite your nails, like it's not a massive drama for me. But as having a partner, perhaps, that bites their nails, I don't know why.
What is it? Is it the noise? Is it just the fact that they've just got their hands in their mouth? Is it the fingernail that just gets sewn on the floor? Like, what's the pet hate? Like, you've got to have you can't just come at me and say you've got this pet hate without explaining exactly what the
But you just admitted that like your fingernails are going straight on the floor.
So yeah, all the time I get in trouble at home.
Oh, what?
Nicole, there's a bin, and I'm like, yeah, but the bin's like 5 meters away, and I'll hoover up tomorrow. Yeah, I get in trouble for that.
People walking around barefoot and there's like fingernails getting stuck in their feet.
Not in winter, because we've all got socks on in winter, don't we?
Yeah, this is
true. Yeah, I do always get in trouble. Or you know what I do, and I don't know why I'm admitting this, but it's just coming out.
Do you eat them?
No, but I bite them, and then like I put like a little pile next to like on my little, if I'm on the lounge chilling watching TV overnight, I'll bite them, and then it'll be like a little pile, and then I'll forget to take them into the bin. And that's
so
when I get in
you'll
trouble.
Leave a pile of nails.
Yeah, but you know what? Other than that, I'm really clean. But that,
other than that, there's no problem with nail biting.
Hold on, like my 10 list, my list of 10.
I wonder how many people bite nails out. Like 1 in 100 people.
It's like an anxiety thing, though, isn't it?
Do you know what? Like I don't bite my nails like as a habit.
Give us a look at your nails.
They're quite long at the moment.
Oh, very fair. Well, they've got nice nails, don't you?
Is it which way? Is it like this? No, it's like that. Like that. It means something, doesn't it? But I'll bite a nail if I've caught it or something, and I just get frustrated. But if I ever like try and bite my nail, like as in like trim my nail down with my teeth, I'll end up just hurting myself. And when you go too far and you're like like that pain of like
I've done that. So to my what is it, my thumb at the moment, it actually kills because I've bitten it down too much. I don't normally, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not like one of those people that sit there every night, but occasionally if they need trimming, I probably should just get like one of the tools. But I don't. I just like bite it off.
And have the bin close to hand.
I'm not one of those girls that go and get their nails done, but I've always wanted to. Like, I'm just off with the girls this week to go and get my nails done.
When's your birthday?
In August. Good old Leo. When's your birthday?
My birthday's February. I've just had my birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Thanks very much.
What did you do? Did you get up to much?
Walking out. Had a tiramisu made for me.
Oh, lovely.
So that was good.
Yeah. Did it taste all right?
Oh, it was gorgeous.
Was it? Okay,
I woke up to a tiramisu. Have you ever woken up to a
Happy
tiramisu?
birthday.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have you ever woken up to a tiramisu?
No, I can't say I've ever.
To be fair, it was made the night before by my beautiful partner, and it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But then it was presented again on my birthday in the morning with candles in.
That is amazing. She's
Candlelit
a keeper.
Tiramisu.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
If anyone brings you tiramisu in the morning.
But the effort of making a dessert as well. Like how many desserts do you make? When did you make your last dessert? Like
you know what? I'm not a cook. I'm not a baker.
Yeah, well, exactly.
It's a bit of a letdown for, the females, isn't it?
I don't know. Don't go too far on that one. You're a female. It doesn't mean you have to make cakes, but it helps.
I think my mum would be disappointed.
Yeah.
She taught me well, and then I just never took it with me through life to cook, to be a good cook.
I'd like to make some cakes.
Do you? You like bacon?
I like I like the idea of making. I know. I want to I can follow a recipe. Like how hard can it be if you really follow the recipe and you've got all the right? I think with anything in life, it's having the right equipment.
Yeah, I think the thing that frustrates me is I always follow the recipe down to a T, and it never looks like the pictures. And you know what? I don't like failing, so I never like to set my.
Try again.
Testing 1 2.
Can you get your words out?
Now I feel like I'm reading a script. So I never like to set myself up for failure.
You can't even. You can make some.
I was talking and then it just flowed.
You can make a cake, but you can't speak properly.
Yeah, correct. No, I can't make a cake. Don't be telling the internet I can make a cake.
But you can't make it look like the pictures.
I can't. No. So that's my biggest thing is I can't make it. Yeah, I can't make it look like the pictures. Why would I set myself up for failure? I just don't. Do you know what I mean? Finally got it out. Goodness me.
Setting yourself up for failure now. Oh man. But yeah, waking up to tiramisu. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then
there's a lot of worse things to wake up to in life, isn't there?
Absolutely.
You know, we've all been there.
Just like the sunshine. Just